This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Sam Shocker, Erica Cobb, Al Jackson, Tori Shulman. Hello.
Chris Clark.
Chris Clark making a quick
appearance
exit on camera. We love that man. Yes, we do. Did a great show for us yesterday, the Halloween show.
Yes, great
Speaking
job.
of that, today is the Day of the Dead. It is a day to celebrate family with ancestors from the past as part of the guests of honor. So I want to know how everyone's Halloween was. And in case you missed it, we all dressed up yesterday. Here's a quick peek if you missed it.
All right.
Okay, so that is all of us. Oh, here we go.
Hip hop is 50, but this face is still #1 in your hearts, ladies.
Whoa, what's love got to do? Got to do with it?
I'm just here to clear up this whole Bigfoot thing. He's real, we're roommates, we had dinner last night, and he likes pie.
Man, I feel like the 4th of July.
Believable.
So, did you all have a spooktacular Halloween? What did you do? Did anyone have anything exciting?
I think we start with the Queen of Halloween.
Yes, shall we?
The person that got married on Halloween.
That's right. Happy anniversary, by the way.
Thank you. We had, now that we have kids, I mean, I still dressed up. I was Cruella last night. And you know, Cruella has this dog named Buddy that looks exactly like my dog Scruffy. So it was like the perfect pair.
Sam, that's so cool.
But we threw a party for like everybody in our neighborhood, and all of Sophie's friends were there, and it was really fun, and we had a great time. So it was
Did you
awesome.
match the umbrella and the backyard accoutrement to your outfit?
No, it's just, you know me, I like black and white.
You like, okay.
Yeah.
But say you guys
She's
went all
Moira.
out, yes.
She's Moira. Erica, good one? Good times?
You know, I try to will trick-or-treaters every year.
They're not coming, are they?
We live in the city,
I'm with you.
and even when we first moved to a house, I was like, oh my gosh, we moved in October. I'm like, we're going to get trick-or-treaters. We got 2 groups for a total of like 6 kids. That was it.
But did you load those kids up, or you just give them bags?
I tried to, but like the older kids, I tried to give them more, and they took more. But the younger ones, the parents are like, no, this is just like a
Too
thing
much.
we're doing.
Yeah.
And then at one point, the Grinch of Halloween, apparently, my husband Anthony. So after the second
I thought you
group
were talking
came,
about me.
you're the Grinch of Halloween here, at home. And so the second doorbell rang. I was like so excited, and he goes, "Okay, I think that's about enough." And I was like,
After 2
we only
groups?
had 2 groups.
Anthony.
And I'm like, he goes, "It's almost," and he looks at the time, and I'm like cracking up in my head because I knew it was so early. He's like, "It's almost 8 o'clock." I'm like, 8 o'clock. We have like a whole nother hour, and no one came.
Erica, you know what house you need to be? The full candy bar house, because
That's what we
you
did.
only have a
That's
couple
what I did.
groups.
Full candy bar.
You were full
I
candy
We
bar?
did a pinata. We did a full pinata.
What?
Full
Pinata?
The kids around us all wanted a pinata, so we got a pinata. We put full bars, full ring pops,
but I don't
Skittles,
understand.
Snickers.
Good once.
No. They lined all the kids up we held it up, and they bat all their aggression out, and they were having fun, and it didn't really work, so we had to actually stab at it, and then the candy fell.
First of all, pinatas never work.
They don't.
I love a good
pinatas.
pinata too, Sam.
he's
but they
right.
make them like reinforced
That's
out
not true.
of steel or
No,
something.
that's not true.
They never. I'll just say this: I don't. First of all, I'm not buying the pinata story.
Are you joking? I have pictures and video.
The whole concept of Halloween is to go house to house, not house to 42 minutes at this house and then next house.
There was a party, Al. It's called a
What
party.
a gaslighter.
I know.
He doesn't
He is.
believe
Totally
you.
inappropriate.
You don't have a
gaslighting,
pinata
bro.
at Halloween.
Wrong.
Erica,
Excuse
have
me,
you ever
I
heard
I think you do whatever you need to do.
to get the kids
Especially
happy.
she lives in the city too, so
That's
it's
right.
like the kids are more contained.
I live
Thank
in
you.
the city too.
All right, enough. I wanted to ask
So
Sam
where are
this.
the trick-or-treaters? I missed them again.
Well, they purposely avoid your
Grinch
house.
of Halloween over here. Sam, we wanted to know, did you get any feelings about you and Savannah Guthrie both chose to go T-Swift? Let's take a look.
Thank you. Okay,
You
so I'm a
killed
huge.
it.
Thank you. I'm a huge Savannah Guthrie fan. I thought she absolutely totally nailed it. I thought she was beautiful, darling. She hit all the mannerisms and the moves. So, and she said that she was self-conscious. So was I. I was super embarrassed. Like, not to mention that, well, I had moments where I felt very empowered, don't get me wrong, but when I tripped over the pumpkin, which you don't see, and when I tripped over the bird cage, which you don't see, that was definitely a moment where I was like, oh my God. But also when I do this move, which Taylor does right there,
yeah,
I pulled a muscle in my back.
No.
I'm not lying. I could not, because I set up for a Halloween party yesterday. Every time I bent down, I was like, why does my back hurt? And then I was like, oh yeah,
You did
I'm 43 pretending to be Taylor Swift.
No,
we gotta stretch.
No shade to Savannah. Shout out to Savannah.
Agreed.
But there were some key elements that you definitely nailed that she was kind of missing.
The hair, for one.
The hair.
Well, that's all. That's Ebony, Jeray, Destiny.
Totally,
they nailed my look.
There were
They
some
nailed it.
key elements, but you know, she did good.
Way to go,
too.
Guthrie.
She did good.
She did great.
But
Way
you
to
were
go.
Taylor.
Oh, thank you.
You
Well,
were Taylor.
Jay bedazzled my whole bodysuit. Thank you, Jay. We have the best
Oh, that
team
was
in
a
the
one-of-a-kind
We have the
bedazzling?
best. Yeah, one of a kind.
Wow.
We have the best team in the house, and it's
By
because
far.
of them. Everybody looked so good.
It was one of the best. Brooke says it was absolutely the best one we had.
And I will say this, I got a text from the homie. I think I sent it to you this morning. And one phrase said, Erica sounded great.
Dude, you have
Yes.
such an incredible voice.
Oh no, I have a karaoke. I'm a karaoke queen.
It still works.
Can you take the compliment, Erica?
Yeah, take your flowers. There's
Look at
Miss
this.
Cobb.
Thank you.
Brooks goes subtle. Very good.
And
Very.
Tori, can I just say, clip yours, send it to SNL. We don't want to lose you, girl, but nobody does a better
Oh my God.
Jennifer Coolidge
I appreciate
impersonation
that.
than you.
Thank you so much. All right, the wait is finally over. Heidi Klum made a grand entrance at her annual Halloween party. What was she? She was a peacock.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, she looks amazing.
Yeah, okay. A little help from her friend. She was the beak, I guess, and the body portion, while the others were the peacock's legs and feather. That's cool, I guess.
Wow.
Her husband, get how embarrassing this is. Tom dressed as the large white egg.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that, Al.
I like it.
Al. So what do we all think? Are we impressed? Are we a little underwhelmed like some of the comments? I
Who
thought
guessed it? Somebody
No,
guessed.
we thought it was Mr. Snuffleupagus from Jeff.
Oh, yeah, that was Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff thought it was Valcor.
Oh, Falcor from, that's right,
Falcor.
Never Ending Story.
Yeah.
I thought this kind of was lame.
I like it.
Do you agree?
I can't live in a world where 6 to 8 adults get dressed up for my entertainment and I'm mad at it. I think that looks really cool. I think honestly the background feathers are the most detailed and really just kind of jaw-dropping with the kind of eyes in the wings and everything. I really love it.
You do?
And the egg
thing? Look at
I
the
thought
poor
was a
egg.
cool.
Tori, that's pure artistry. I
thought
don't
it was
understand how
really
you can
cool.
hate on that. That is literally.
Look at that. It's not artistry. That is paper mache.
Put the egg aside.
terrible.
That's really good.
You're a hater.
I just think this sucks because look what last year was the worm. Look how good the worm was. Look how she got dressed up.
Well, okay,
That is
How
amazing.
quickly we forget. People were shading
Oh,
the
yes.
worm. They were
The
talking
worm
about
was
writhing around on the ground.
She did writhe. She writhed.
So now
Okay.
you're like, oh no, the worm is better. I don't know. This was like a living art. Like it was. They were
Performance art.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wish it was more about her and less about the other the peacocks. And I feel bad for the husband. I'll be honest.
You would think that's Gwyneth Paltrow in there.
I
Yeah,
know.
the way that
I'm allowed to have an opinion.
They were
heat for
literally
Heidi.
doing Cirque du Soleil for your
Cool.
entertainment.
What is she dressed up as? A weird bluebird thing? Coming up on DBL. Some people honored Matthew Perry with their Halloween costumes. Is it too soon for that, though? And we want to have a real discussion, so tune in for that. Plus, can banning cell phones in schools have a positive effect on students? We're talking about the choice one district made to try and create change, y'all. Apparently, I've hit an egg nerve. I didn't realize how egg conscious people were. People are writing, she did great, leave the egg alone. I liked the giant egg.
You know me, I'm immediately like, what's the bathroom sitch?
Totally.
Because once they seal that up,
Yeah,
you-
no,
usually
the egg is actually the most brilliant costume because, as you can see, his face is likely painted, but then he just has the gloves.
Right.
So he can just get in and out of that thing, like he's being set there.
Right, like the
Which
bodysuit's
means that you
harder.
can.
That's C block.
Yeah.
okay. Well,
That's going to be easier than the bodysuit.
I thought you could have just gotten away with just that egg costume without the peacock. That's how cool the egg was.
You thought that egg was cool?
Yeah.
I thought it looked. Did anyone think that was cool?
I mean,
Rob says no. Blake, don't shrug. Make an answer.
Make an answer. I do kind of appreciate when somebody, because
He's just like, hey, I'm
there's
with
like
Heidi Klum.
there's the sexy costume, there's the pun costume.
I like the pun costume.
There's the famous person costume, but then there's also like sometimes I remember I was at a party and this woman just went as a bag of groceries.
That's funny.
It was great.
Remember the kid who went his pants?
Yes.
All year he's
I
like, I
think
want to go his
sometimes you could
pants.
just be an object.
So Sophie's school has a parade, and we went to her parade yesterday, and there was one kid that nailed it as a cup of mac and cheese. And it was so good. It was obviously homemade.
Yes.
You like all the elbow macaroni.
That's
He
cute.
was the bowl. It was incredible.
What was it made out of?
I don't know, but they nailed it. And then everybody else was like Spirit Halloween store, Spirit Halloween store. So
Did you see the one that the scariest Halloween is a house, your first house, and it's like $8 million at 7.9%? Welcome back to DBL. Now listen, there is still no official cause of death for Matthew Perry, who passed away last Saturday. We want that to be clear. Matthew was found in his hot tub and died of an apparent drowning, but now there are reports that his body wasn't in the water long before first responders actually got to him. Initial tests ruled out an overdose due to fentanyl or methamphetamine, but an official cause of death could actually take months. Meantime, his friend's castmates released a brief statement a few days ago saying they're a family and they're utterly devastated. Some fans decided to honor Matthew by dressing up as his friend's character, Chandler Bing, for Halloween. Chandler's, of course, bunny costume, if we remember that from the Halloween episode, was a huge hit. This fan posted her costume from the episode where Chandler, remember, tries to quit smoking. It's a good one. And others dressed up as Chandler from the Thanksgiving football game. I still remember that hat backwards so well. Do you all, excuse me, do you all think this is too soon, or is this a touching tribute? I thought this was lovely. Was it grotesque or obscene to anyone?
Grotesque.
You just
I know people are
passed.
saying
Yeah.
I clearly have, for the past couple of years, have chosen to honor people who have passed on from that last year.
Right.
So we lost Tina Turner in May, and I decided to pay homage to her for Halloween. I think it really comes down to the spirit of which you're doing it.
Fair.
Whether or not it's appropriate or if it's time sensitive or not.
That's a good point. You're nodding. What do you think?
Listen, at first, my visceral reaction was, ooh, is this too soon? And then I remember how Erica's honored the late Tina Turner and Nichelle Nichols.
Right.
And when I just saw those two, I said, wow, what an honor to be.
That's what I felt.
But you know that there's some people that are going to do it in poor taste.
Right.
So separate those individuals from the ones that really are doing it from their heart.
Now, Al, what if it's just days after? I mean, Tina Turner, there was some time to grieve. This was just now.
I would argue that might be, obviously the people dressing up like that are super fans, and maybe that's their grieving process.
Oh, that's fair.
It's to kind of like, it helps them accept that like, this person has been a part of their life, probably not just for the 10 years it was on, but every night since then, going to sleep in the background while they cooked. And this is a loss for people, and I think people are dealing with it in the way that they can.
It's so interesting. I really appreciate you saying that, because Brooks and I happened to be watching Friends from the earlier episodes when he died, and we were on the episode when Chandler leaves and Joey is alone in his big black chair. Remember those two black chairs and he looks over at the empty chair where Chandler is.
Yeah.
And it just broke my heart.
You just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, It's a real loss. The way you said it is, we did kind of know these people. We were invested in them, and they opened our hearts
Their
to
voice,
us.
it's the same with Alex Trebek. His voice has probably been in your home more than most of your family members.
That's right.
If you totaled up the time, it's very strange.
And he's been reliant for you.
This kind of one-way relationship.
Right.
That's almost it's super.
Yeah.
And everybody that we've heard from with him, Alex Trebek, they're good people.
Yeah.
So it makes it that much more difficult to understand that a really good person, famous or not, has left this earth.
That's right.
So,
The Canadians.
Yeah.
Both Canadian. All right, coming up on DBL, a Florida school district bans students from using cell phones at all. Did it have a positive, a negative effect? We want you to also weigh in.
We took to Google to see what people want to know about the flu season. We took a look at the top searches and went to the experts to verify.
Our sources, family physician Dr. Carla Robinson, the CDC, and GoodRx Health. The first question, does the flu vaccine actually contain the influenza virus in it?
One actually has a live version of the virus, but it's very, very weak.
Robinson says the vaccine with a small amount of the virus in it won't give you the flu because there's not enough virus to infect you. The CDC lists 6 different variations of the flu shot, some that contain the actual virus and others that do not. So we can verify that yes, some flu vaccines do have a very small dose of the virus in it. The next question, does the flu vaccine work right away? According to the CDC, your body needs about 2 weeks after you get the shot for antibodies to develop and provide protection.
Within that window, it is possible to get infected with some sort of, virus, upper respiratory infection, or even the flu itself.
So we can verify that no, the flu vaccine doesn't work right away. It takes about 2 weeks to kick in. And finally, how much is the flu vaccine if you don't have insurance? GoodRx, a company that provides discounts on prescriptions, tells us if you don't have insurance, the cost typically ranges from $25 to $90 out of pocket.
Those who are 65 and older have the option of receiving a higher potency vaccine, one that's a little bit stronger. Those tend to be a little bit more on the expensive side.
Robinson says the best time to get your flu shot is now, so you're covered in time for the holidays. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Welcome back to DBL. This is a big discussion we've had privately as well as publicly. Should phones, be banned in school?
Yes, next question.
Okay, moving on. Do we have the next one? Okay. A Florida school, actually, the district is weighing in on this. Earlier this year, the state passed a law that allows schools to ban cell phone use during class time, but Orange County Public Schools is taking it one step further. They aren't allowing students to use cell phones during the entire school day. So that means from 8 a.m. to 2 or wherever it is, you can't check your phone, not in your locker, not during recess, as if that's still a thing. And there's some pros and cons here, Sam. What are we thinking?
And first of all, this is Orange County, Florida,
correct.
Not Orange County, California. Second, there are some contingencies, I believe, if there were an emergency.
Okay, that's good to know.
Just know that. And of course, the teachers have their cell phones if they need to contact any parents or authorities. The cons of the new rules, students say the all-day ban is unfair and treats them as children. It feels like a prison. This is their words. Parents want to be able to talk with their kids during the day, and students aren't learning good habits for cell phone use. Now, the pros of the new rule, students are talking to each other. So all the staff are saying, wow, these kids are actually interacting during their breaks. Their heads aren't down in the hallways. There's less bullying on social media, far less bullying. And also the teachers are reporting that the students are already getting better grades because they are more engaged with their teachers.
Al? What do you think about this? You have 3 kids. Thoughts?
I do, and I think this is extreme, and I'll tell you why. Whether we want to admit it or not, cell phone.
Fair.
We're addicted to our cell phones. Eric, have you ever left the house without your phone to just go to Rite Aid and you feel super weird and you're like, should I go home?
Rite Aid.
It's very strange to be without your phones and to cold turkey take the phones away from these kids. When they've never known a world without phones, we might be like, oh, young kids. But this is all they've known. And I just think it's very extreme. I think it's extreme. And it's not preparing them for the world. What are they going to be working in Colonial Williamsburg after this?
Erica, thoughts? Do you agree with Al?
I question what the rule is on having, so they can have them on campus, but they can't have them on them.
And they can't check them. Agree. And there's monitors that say they're starting to feel like prison guards because they're confiscating hundreds of phones trying to get. So they're sneaking in now.
Caught.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Well, yes, absolutely. Because also you're dealing with phones that are like $1,000, and parents don't like that either. The idea of somebody else taking away their property, because ultimately it is the parent's property, even if the child has it. My other question is, what do single parents think, or parents who don't necessarily have like the support system, and you have these kids who they need to be constantly in communication with, or at least enough communication to figure out who's going to walk Johnny from the school to the whatever. Like, that's my question. It seems like it's weighing more on parents who may just be a single family household who need the kids to also help.
Final thought.
That's great,
I really like the idea of regulation. I don't know if a ban is the answer. And I really like that, and this was under the con, that students aren't learning good habits for cell phone use. If we could have a class to teach them healthy ways to utilize social media, I think that's important too.
That's a great point. Wow.
I mean, adults could use that. I could use that.
Literally, I'm on my phone during these commercial breaks thinking, this is me. You know what I mean? We'll be right back.
This November, Sandals is giving thanks with an all-inclusive vacation giveaway to Sandals Resorts. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2 to any Sandals resort of your choice. The winner will be announced on DBL November 22nd. Make memories for a lifetime and start entering for your chance to win the trip to any Sandals resort.
Does it feel like you keep finding spider webs in your home no matter how many times you clean? In a 2016 study, researchers found spiders in every home they checked. In fact, one is probably looking at you right now. Verified viewer Carrie emailed us to ask about a claim she heard that humans end up swallowing a few spiders every year while sleeping. So let's verify. Do humans regularly swallow spiders while sleeping? Our sources are the Burke Museum in Seattle, Floyd Shockley with the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History, and Michael Bruce, founder of thesleepdoctor.com. The idea is that if we sleep with our mouths open, then a spider might walk inside, causing us to swallow it unconsciously.
As near as we can recall, it was first published in a book on insect and spider folklore back in 1954 was the first mention of it. Then it proliferated over the years.
Our sources say there was never any scientific evidence that this happens.
Spiders are not going to walk into basically a dark, moist cave where all that's coming out of it is carbon dioxide. That doesn't really make a lot of sense just from an etymology standpoint.
Bruce says 9 in 10 people sleep with their mouths closed, meaning the spiders can't get in.
If you're sleeping with your mouth open, you're probably snoring and the vibration is going to scare them away.
Put simply, the Burke Museum writes, for a sleeping person to swallow even one live spider would involve so many highly unlikely circumstances that for practical purposes, we can rule out the possibility. No such case is on formal record anywhere in scientific or medical literature. So, no, humans do not regularly swallow spiders while sleeping. This is an urban legend. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
For many people, bird chirps are nature's soundtrack for their morning. But some people believe they're seeing fewer birds than they used to. Verify viewer Crystal emailed us to ask if it's true that the bird population is declining. So let's verify using these sources. The U.S. North American Bird Conservation Initiative Committee is a coalition of government agencies, private organizations, and bird groups that study bird trends, among other things. Their most recent report, published in 2022, concluded that there are 3 billion fewer birds in the US and Canada than there were 50 years ago. A 2019 study of North American bird populations published by the Association for the Advancement of Science found that more than half of the 529 North American bird species studied are declining. So we can verify, yes, the US bird population is declining. So what's causing the decline? The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service say habitat loss is believed to be by far the greatest threat to birds both directly and indirectly. That's in part due to climate change, habitat destruction, and pesticides. Another big problem? Pet cats. According to estimates from U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, cats kill more birds than collisions with buildings and structures, cars, poison, electrocutions, and oil pits combined. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
This November, Sandals is giving thanks with an all-inclusive vacation giveaway to Sandals Resorts. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2 to any Sandals resort of your choice. The winner will be announced on DBL November 22nd. Today's Sandals word of the day is coconut.
Good one, Erica.
We never guess it right.
We love it.
Coconut. Welcome back. We got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out. What do you have for us today, Stephanie?
Hey Tori, hey DBL Nation. We are so excited to show you the deals today, and believe me, they are absolutely wonderful. Let's see what we've got. So first up, we've got the So Light Surrey Collection 3-piece hard side luggage set.
Love that color.
So this deal includes one 22-inch luggage, one 26-inch luggage, and one 30-inch luggage. And we've got it available in 4 colors. We've got this gorgeous plum, which matches you today, Tori.
Love.
Black, dusty rose, and silver. Normally, it's $900, but we have got 3-piece set for $139.99. That's saving 84%. Now check out this as well, Tori. This is the 2-pack cup call crane phone mounts. So this deal includes 2 phone mounts, so you can view your phone at any angle and you can enjoy hands-free calling with this simple device. So normally these are $24 each, and we've got a 2-pack for $20.
Okay.
That's saving 58%. Now this is just lovely. We've got the Malibu Sky Grey sling back with a front zipper pocket. So this deal includes 1 crossbody. We've got it available in 8 fabulous fall colors.
They look great.
Normally they're $98 each. We've got it for $24.99. That's saving 75%. Our last product is the Floor Police cordless motorized mop. So this doorbuster deal includes 1 mop, 2 scouring pads, 2 microfiber pads, and 2 polishing pads. So normally it's $60. We've got it today for just $20. That's saving 67%.
Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even scan the QR code on screen to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph. Good stuff. You know what I saw someone do as a Halloween thing? They took a Roomba and they put a broom on it, and it looks like the broom is floating.
I've seen that.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep. You could do that with a ghost, too.
You could do anything.
Yeah, you could take like those tomato wire thingies.
Yeah,
to grow
chicken
tomatoes,
wire,
put
make
it
a
on,
ghost.
and then put a sheet over it, ghost floating.
Next year, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. One day late.